profanities, using things like the F word or the S word, very, very, very profane in other cultures, but for some reason seem to have infiltrated in Ghana, especially in our movies and in our everyday life, when children around, joking around with it, not really knowing what the meaning of it. Also, in our local languages, there's some things which are really mean, for insults and things that we use in our everyday language. I don't know if I'm permitted to say some, but like Kwasia and Abwa and all those things. Yes, I had to whisper that. But a lot of people use it and they are quite profane, and we do use it in our everyday life. So we're going to be discussing that. Of course, this segment is brought to you by the world's #1 tea brand, Lipton Tea. Make sure you go out and have your mug of Lipton today to get you refreshed, especially since Black Stars is playing. It'll get your morning all nice and heated up in time for the Ghana match, which will be later on this evening. Anyway, joining Sandra and I. He's been away for a while, but it's good that he's back. We've missed him dearly. We have none other than Bekwe Domata, and he joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
We missed you so much.
I'm around.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to see you, Sandra. Yes.
Oh wait, before we start, Ghana v USA. What is the scoreline?
We're winning.
Of course we are. But how many goals?
Is a must. How many?
Okay, I take it this way. 3-1.
3-1.
Why?
It's not the dollar rate.
Because we're going to spell USA.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they will take one out of it.
All right. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Nice. Okay, let's get into profanity.
Yes.
There's a lot of things which I feel like in Ghana we just use a lot of times in our everyday language. But however, generally depends on the audience. If I'm with my friends and I'll be like, oh, effing this or whatever, usually within my friends it's not an insult, it's probably going to be a joke and it's acceptable. But then sometimes people do take it in the wrong way. I know one place we tend to use profanity a lot is when we're driving. Yes, in people's cars, where a lot of times we use it so when somebody cuts you off and we say all sorts of things. But generally looking at profanity, is it all bad?
It's bad.
Okay.
You see, let me pitch my tent from the biblical point of view.
Okay.
Who are we? We are actually created in His own image, God's image. Meaning whatever that is holy, whatever that is reverent, must come through us. Because the God we serve is like that. Therefore, we do not, as it were, desecrate a thing that is of a holy. We must be able to reverence it. Profanity is obscure words, language that are not holy in its right sense. You realize that anyone who uses the language and come back to the senses react, I'm sorry, oh, what have I done, that sort of thing. So we would not, as it were, say it is a good thing. It is not. But of course, we live in a bigger society that a thing that is not too good to the sight of our Creator is being seen as good, because some people somewhere are making it like that. So if you are asking, it is not. It's a blasphemy. We must stop it.
Okay. But what do we consider to be profanity? Because what I may consider to be profane may not be profane to Amma.
Profane is profane, Sandra. What are you talking about?
Different societies, different
If you are using the F, or you are using the S, or whatever language
on
you're
the
using.
streets of New York, if I'm using the F
Ghana,
word,
some boys do that. Yeah.
You see,
they do it in a jovial way.
Exactly.
Yes, I know, but it also shows where you're coming from. You see, right now in our corporate world, if you start using that word, nobody will get close to you. Nobody will get close to you. I mean, you are just a zero, and almost everything that comes off your lips, your mouth, is just profane. No, you are losing it. And somebody can track it from where you're coming from, that you don't have the right cultured mind.
Good one there. So
yes.
What then is the relationship between profanity and culture?
You see, in the cultural sense, you are trying to, as it were, throw off something that is not acceptable. So those deities, okay, that you don't want to really appreciate them, you go and throw that to them. You speak filth to them. You don't give them that word that is more or less revering them on that basis. So we dislike you, we don't like you, so take these words. All right, but we have come to accept it, that if it was even used on the small deities we have, that we can equally, which is a bit dangerous. I mean, I find it a bit wanting to hear a mother shouting in front of a son or daughter, even oh here what? When name said it will never be good. Anything that will come out of your lips, your mouth, that is not good, has something to do with your heart. Words that comes from us have direct correlation to your heart, your condition of your heart.
Okay.
Is there any time when it's okay to use profane?
Why must it be okay, Sandra? When you use it, at the end of the day, what becomes of you? Let's assume you're a Christian, Sandra. You've gone to pray serious tongues at 30 minutes, 100 minutes. The Holy Spirit has actually filled you up. Then you step outside and you're using those words. Is it holy?
So if you're driving and someone cuts you,
shut up, close your lips.
Oh, you may want to say something.
Is
Is there any other word you can say instead of the profane word?
Bless you.
Oh, you can say that. You know, we can train ourselves to get it done. We shouldn't, as we accept it. You know, it's easy said.
The other one, I'll say bless you very much.
And you know what? It's a rhetoric thing. It's something that you are telling the person that next time don't do that act again. But, and of course you have reverence.
But what if I'm saying bless you, but they hear something else?
Bless you.
If I'm saying bless you, but then they think I'm saying the other one, and then they intend start doing it.
Because the person doing it think that you will, as it were, release a profane word.
So but they know it's wrong.
They know. Everybody knows.
Okay, let me ask something, because you said just if you use it, it means it's not good. However, I think you brought up something culturally.
Yes.
How I grew up, growing up, for me in the UK,
yes.
I mean, we had a bunch of friends where, I mean, past a certain age, they call each other.
Sure.
Oh, I mean, and it wasn't an insult. It was kind of just joking.
Sure.
And I said within certain friends we could use it, and I felt like it wasn't just using; it was how it's said.
Yes.
It was how it said. So I realized that when I come to Ghana, sometimes I say it to some other people, and they're so offended by it, and I actually don't even mean it. It's just something that it was a pattern of my speech for a long time. So then, when the intention is not necessarily bad, does it still make it bad?
Exactly.
One way, okay, the intention matters, but what am I hearing? When you use the word, the F, I know the F is not good.
Oh my God, you're so effing hot and sexy.
Or female
you're so effing handsome.
Describing handsome with the some kind of a profane?
Yes, people do that.
Then I'm not getting you right.
But that's what it's a cultural thing. Even young people.
Or in the group that you're in, the friends.
If it's acceptable in a fun way.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is not good, but you want to describe me as being good, so you are trying to play around my goodness. If it is like that.
Bad is good now. When I say, oh, that is bad.
That's a bad dress.
So bad. That means it's good. That means it's hot. Language changes over time as well.
It's the interpretation you give to, but what I'm hearing is that bad. Bad is bad. Bad is bad.
Then is there like,
you see, we are trying to justify. Yeah, exactly. We are trying to justify things that we need not do it.
No, but see, the young people have a language they always speak and they understand, and then so the fact that you hear bad and bad is always bad, but then young people will say, oh, that is bad, meaning it's good.
So why can't you say it's good?
No,
then the word comes out.
Because it's popular culture. Popular culture is always evolving. It's always changing.
Who started it?
It's society.
What is the literature on it?
Okay, when you were younger, I'm sure you guys had your own
lingo,
Chama and all those things.
No, what I remember that in the heydays in Kumasi, hey, that's my color, that's my baby. You know, these are
color depicting what?
A woman, my friend, color. You know, my color. Kalano. You know, so these were things we were using. You would never. And let me tell you, those days, if you speak that language, you'll be shipped.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. In the house. You tell somebody, sabi, abua kwasia. No, you'll be called into.
But yet, our movies.
There we are. You see, the door, the gate has been opened so wide. Nobody controls it, and we are more or less appreciated. You know what? It hurts me. With all respect to all ladies, you see, why would you dance to a music that insults you? A typical example, the word
Oh,
whatever. Right? How would you dance to a music and feel good to a thing that is insulting you? It worries my heart.
Okay, can I actually? There's a comedian. I can't remember who it was. American comedian who made a little joke about the fact that women are dancing to songs where they're calling them the B word, all sorts of things, and they're like, ooh, when they're dancing, he ain't talking about me. So meaning when you're dancing, they think the song is
about somebody else,
not them.
You see the point? So what are we trying to say? So Sandra Ama, you should be able to sit up and say, no woman should dance to a thing like this, because it is not painting as good.
I agree.
It's not painting as good.
Is age a factor when it comes to profanity? Is it ever okay? At what point is it okay if when age is concerned?
That your age says that speak profane,
Not profane,
or expose some part of yourself.
Way.
Yes, with the youth, that is where they are trying to look at it now. That if I'm able to, as it were, expose the upper part of me, which makes me unholy, or the person seen as unholy, then what are you trying to do? And the interpretation is that if I do a thing like that, as you were saying, you want to say a good thing, you want to describe me as good, but then you turn the other way around to make it, and that makes you that makes you Ama.
The young people are doing that.
Ama is at a certain level, Sandra is there. So when we speak the language, we think that we are getting something good, but you will hardly see old man, I mean elderly person moving towards that line. All right, hardly. They should be able to correct us. Now, what is it? When you correct even a young one, they'll walk over you. They will listen to you.
I must admit, I heard my grandma one time very angrily describe somebody with an F word, and I'm like, yo, my grandmother's cool.
You see,
so, but she was angry, but I didn't expect
that is the word.
That was extreme.
Anger will let you move to that level. That is what Paul said in the Bible, that you have to watch these things in terms of what you say, the language that comes, malice and all that. He made mention of it.
Okay,
so we have to be very careful in the state of anger.
Okay, so finally,
there's nothing good that will come out of you.
Before we go, when you get to that point, when you're so angry and you feel like you want to express yourself using one of these words.
Yes, ma'am.
When you get that urge, what should you do? What other word can you say?
Don't use any word.
A few words to
Don't use any word.
Because those times will come.
Okay, ma'am.
You're gonna want to one of those words. So what do you do?
Sandra, when the words comes, you can't record them. It's established.
So what word can we substitute for some of these words?
I'll answer your question. The first one is that you close your lips. All right? Okay. Tight it, clench your jaw, because zip it
lock it
and lock it, and you just assimilate what is going on. 2, walk away gently. You see, that is how you are trying to defend your identity. That if somebody comes around or somebody is passing by and hear the person speaking that profane thing, and you, that is meant for you, you walking away, you earn that respect. So for me to release a word, I can go, bless you. Thank you so much.
It's okay. I will do that.
I feel like we need a part 2 of this, so we're going to have to time
right.
This is an ongoing topic. We'll bring you back
to
finish. All right, I want to say a big thank you to none other than Kwe Domasa. Don't stay away for so long next week.
Call me, I'll be there 100 times.
Yes. All right, we'll be discussing the Ghana v USA game in a minute. World Cup tonight, 11 p.m. kicked off. And of course, make sure that you're best watching it on TV3. So sports is coming up next. So
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Ghana. Don't do it.